Sabay-sabay natin alamin ang mga kaganapan na nangyayari sa ating bansa. Yo, what's up mga kaibigan? This is I2K po again. Ngayon nandito ulit tayo sa channel ni Pinas News Insider. Dito ulit tayo magbibigay ng komento at reaksyon. Kaya samahan nyo. O guys, let's go!
Ito ang balita ngayon. Viral ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Ang di umano'y balita. Pangulong Bongbong Marcos at First Lady Lisa Marcos matagumpay at masayang sinalubong ni President Joe Biden sa Washington, D.C. Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, may magagandang pasalubong para sa mga Pilipino. Pero bago ang lahat, kung bago ka pa lamang sa aming channel, please huwag ka...
Sa lahat ng hindi pa nakasubscribe mga kaibigan kay Pinas News Insider, mag-subscribe na po tayo at huwag nyo rin pong kalimutan mag-subscribe dito sa aking channel.
Kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para mas maging updated pa kayo lalo sa lahat pa ng bagong video na i-upload namin. At eto na nga mga kababayan, masayang tinanggap ni President Joe Biden si Marcos sa White House. Namasyal muna ang US President kasama si Marcos sa White House ground. Sentro ng kanilang pag-uusap ay ang pagpapalago ng ekonomiya at mas pagtibayin pa ang alyansa ng Pilipinas sa Amerika, ang bilateral na pulong. Nasusundan ang pinakamalawak na mga talakayan sa mga opisyal ng US. Pinangako ni US Joe Biden sa Pilipinas ang ironic law defense sa gitna ng isyu ng West Philippine Sea. Sa pangbungad na pahayag ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, kinilala nito kung paano kailangang humanap ng paraan ng US at Pilipinas para palakasin ang mga alyansa at partnership nito sa harap ng bagong ekonomiya na kinakaharap natin pagkatapos ng pandemya. Pagkatapos ay nagpahayag ng pasasalamat si Pangulong Bongbong Marcos kay President Biden para sa pagkakataong makipagkita sa kanya sa White House upang talakayan ang tinatawag niyang napaka-importanting mga issue. Humarap din po ang ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa iba't ibang pagpupulong na may kinalaman sa negosyo, enerhiya, agrikultura at mga Pilipino community sa US. Sa welcome statement ni US President Joe Biden, magpapadala siya ng Presidential Trade and Investment Mission sa Pilipinas. Bahagi ito sa pledges na pinagkasunduan ng dalawang lider ng bansa na iuuwi ng Pangulong Bongbong Marcos sa Pilipinas sa 4 na araw na kanyang working visit sa Washington, D.C. Isa nga itong napakagandang pasalubong ng ating mahal na Pangulo sa ating bansa. Isang positibong balita na makakatulong sa pagpapatibay ng ating depensa at higit sa lahat, makakatulong sa pagpapaunlad pa ng ating ekonomiya. Samantala, hindi naman mapigilan ng marami sa ating mga kababayan na magbigay ng kanilang hinaing at komento sa mundo ng social media. At ayon pa sa kanila, galing mo Mr. President, mabuhay po kayo. Sa pagkakataon na ito, napahanga mo ako ng sobra. PBM, mabuhay ka. Wow, amazing. The vision is here. Philippines become a strong and progressive. Long live America and Philippines. We are truly one. And go.
Mula sa White House of the all those doors come through the White House.
This is our first lady, first my first lady Lisa.
We call her professional. Welcome.
Sayang lang kasi mga kaibigan kung hindi nilalabas ng kwanto ng mga bias media, mga mainstream bias media. Buti pa sa SMNI guys, nilalabas nila yung mga ganitong klaseng balita. Pero sa mga mainstream bias media, wala. Kaya lang bigyan.
That's true. They know too much about all of us.
Well, someone is in the White House. This is my
Well, Mr. President, welcome back to the White House. We were talking the way over. It's been a while since you've been here.
Yes, sir.
We were here with President Reagan and your father, and we welcome you back. And, you know, when we met in New York last year, you told me that a strong alliance has to continue, quote, using your phrase, to evolve as we face the challenges of this new century. And we are facing new challenges. And I can't think of any better partner to have than you. I couldn't agree more that we have to continue to evolve. Together, we're tackling climate change. We're accelerating our country's transition to clean energy. And we're standing up for our shared democratic values and workers' rights and the rule of law. And together, we're deepening our economic cooperation, which is going to continue to deepen. I think in the future is beneficial. And we're going to announce that, we're going to announce today that I'm sending a first-of-its-kind presidential trade and investment mission to the Philippines. We talked about that very briefly up in New York. The United States also remains ironclad in our commitment to the defense of the Philippines, including in the South China Sea, and we're going to continue to support the Philippines' military modernization goals. Mr. President, our countries not only share a strong partnership, we share a deep friendship, one that has been enriched by millions of Filipino Americans and the communities all across the United States. So I want to thank you again for being here. I look forward to our conversation today, and I invite you to make any comments you'd like. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. As you say, in the difficult times that we are facing ahead of us, we need to find many ways to strengthen our alliances and our partnerships in the face of the new economy that we are facing post-pandemic. Beyond that, there are also the issues, geopolitical issues, that have made the region where the Philippines is possibly, arguably, the most complicated geopolitical situation in the world right now. And so it is only natural that for the Philippines to look to its sole treaty partner in the world to strengthen and to redefine the relationship that we have and the roles that we play in the face of those rising tensions that we see now around the South China Sea and Asia Pacific and Indo-Pacific region. So I welcome very much the opportunity to come here to visit with you at the White House and to discuss all these terribly important issues. We have many things that are new, that need to be assessed, and again, our role as partners in the world, in our worldview of what we are hoping for the future of peace, not only in the Asia Pacific and in the Pacific region, but in the whole world. So thank you once again for this opportunity, Mr. President.
Thank you, and I'm optimistic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hanggang ngayon ay kayo po ay kilala sa inyong sipag, sa inyong tiyaga at sa inyong galing. Nakakataba ng puso na marinig na ang taas ng tingin ng lahat ng buong mundo sa mga Pilipino dahil sa inyong husay. Maraming salamat sa inyong tulong sa ating mga kababayang naapektuhan ng sari-saring kalamidad sa Pilipinas. Ang proteksyon ng ating mga OFW ay isa sa mga prioridad ng ating administrasyon. We are strongly committed to pursue the third pillar of our foreign policy, which is assistance to Filipino nationals. Kayo po ay napakalaking bahagi na nagpapatibay ng pundasyon ng ating relasyon sa Amerika. Dahil po rito, makakaasa po kayo sa suporta at tulong ng gobyerno bilang pasasalamat sa inyong sakripisyo para sa pamilya ninyo at para sa ating bansa.
We're delighted to be here as part of the President's trip to the United States. It's a great opportunity to sell the Philippines and to start also building relationships that move beyond the military on the economic front as well. We're delighted on this particular occasion that the Ayala Group has a subsidiary called IMI. It's an electronics subcontracting firm, and we build all kinds of products. But we're delighted in this particular case that Zero Motorcycles, a U.S. brand and a leader in the motorcycle EV space, has decided to manufacture in the Philippines in partnership with us.
We did a global search for the right place for us to take our manufacturing to the next level. Looked at every region, looked at every potential manufacturing partner, and the Philippines was by far the strongest choice for us. The Ayala Group and IMI had the technical capabilities, the infrastructure in place to do both electronics and industrial assembly, and they were the perfect partner for us to come to the next level as a business.
I think, number one, promoting the Philippines as a manufacturing base, of course, adds employment and builds skill sets. And there is a shift also taking place globally in the shift towards electronic vehicles. I think it's no secret that we're moving from the internal combustion engine to electric vehicles. Just being able to work with the electronics world in that and making the Philippines a hub for that is a big plus. So there's employment. There's the product itself as well. We're probably looking at about maybe 200 employees, first of all, to get the manufacturing going. But there'll be many externalities that come with that. You got to package, you got to ship, you got to get out. It'll help our trading companies, it'll help the logistics companies. And every time the Philippines is seen as a hub in some way, will help us also from a reputational point of view.
The capacity that we're building with Ayala in the Philippines is for over 18,000 motorcycles annually. So although we'll start with 200 jobs just on the assembly line, in addition to all the externalities you mentioned, I think the opportunity for this to grow to be a much larger employer is there as the partnership continues to grow.
At yun na nga mga kababayan.
At yun nga po mga kaibigan, dito po nagtatapos ang ating reaction video. Muli ako po si I2K ng Sundalo ng Tunggalo at 811. Maraming salamat sa patuloy na pagsuporta. Yeah, peace out.